Okay, I guess we're back. Not how I wanted to do this in any way, shape, or form. Not happy about this. But I guess this is what I got to do. My apologies to everybody who was watching. If anybody sees this in replay, I don't know what happened. Some kind of catastrophic error. But I'm going to finish this just in case anybody wants to watch it later. And I promise I'm going to make it nice so that people can see. But I apologize for the terribleness of this. It's been, well, I don't know. I get so frustrated with the Wi-Fi out in my studio. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So I'm just going to do this. I don't even know. I'm on YouTube. Banana juice, hello. That means I am. Where am I looking? Hello. That means I'm on Twitch. Thank you for joining me. You're coming in after the break. I had a catastrophic error with my computer. Everything froze and shut down, and I had to get a restart. And so I'm getting a bit of a late start, or I'm getting a bit of a restart, I guess is what I'm doing here. And YouTube is Carrie Hall here. Blue Mom is here. Almost ruined my night. No, Blue Mom, that is not true. Had I not gotten back online, you'd have found something equally as fun. Probably you found something more fun to do. I'm glad to be back. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I looked up and everything was red. A whole series of red markers. My screen over here where I can see what I'm streaming, it's just spinning and spinning and spinning. I don't know. I'm completely totally frustrated. I'm totally frustrated right now. But that's okay. That's okay. In and out. You know what? We've got a nice Nick. Yeah, Nick heard me and turned me off. Right. Yeah. We got a nice painting going here. I'm not going to let any errors take that away from us. I'm going to keep going with this. We're going to end up with something that's going to be really nice. And I'm just going to move forward with this. And that's just how it's going to be. Right? That's just how it's going to be. That's all I can do. I can't let a mistake of the past influence my future. So what were we talking about? Oh, please don't say Nick Cage. Please don't say Nick Cage. I actually don't remember what we were talking about. I blacked out somewhere after chickens. I'm going to hope somebody else is going to remind me. Blue Mom, remind me. What were we talking about? Top Gear, Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, something like that. I know it was something like that. What do we got? 2 people. I don't even know where I'm at. I now have like 8 tabs open. Okay, I got 2 people watching on Twitch. I got 2 people on YouTube. Somebody throw out a topic. Let's talk about something. Let's get this back on the rails, huh? What are we talking about? See, if Dwayne were here, we'd talk. I like your intro in some older versions. Oh yeah, the old one where I dropped the brushes. Whoops, where I dropped the brushes down and they patter down on the desk. I pulled out every brush I had for that. Or is that the one? I have a couple of them. I have one where I do brushes. I have one where I do paints. And then now it's brush strokes across. So I have a couple of different ones. They're kind of fun to make. I mean, they're a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. But they're kind of fun to make. I still have that one hanging around somewhere. Every few years, I try to redo it. If I should probably do it like once a year or something like that. But yeah, I think every couple of years is probably a good-ish amount of time. It's been 2 or 3. It's been a couple. Oh yeah, it's been a couple since I've redone the one I have currently. So maybe I should think about redoing that one. Let's see. I'm going back into this now, and I'm going to add some of this purple, which is this is weird to me. Purple is still in the red family, but it's going to add a little bit of shadow in some of this because purple really isn't in the red family. If you look at the visible light spectrum, it's completely on the opposite end, but we can create it by adding blue and red together. So it's close enough. For the stuff we're doing, it's close enough. I'm hoping to get a little deeper, richer shadow in these little pockets in here. Blue Mom, tell me something fun. What'd you do this week? I know we're only halfway through. What have you been up to? Or Carrie's here. Carrie, you've been here before. What have you been up to this week? Either of the two of you. Let's talk about something fun. Do I lift weights? I don't. I lift my fishing equipment. I lift paintbrushes. I lift chickens. I don't have a weight set of my own, and the closest gym that I could go to is, I don't know what, about 15 miles away. Not interested in driving that far to go to the gym. So no, I didn't, but I walked 16 miles on Saturday. Walked 16 miles and got up and trimmed the tree in the backyard, and I don't know, did all kinds of stuff. Not that you asked about any of that, but I did. My Quiet Corner, Carol, hello, welcome. You came in after the catastrophe. Everything shut down on me. Everything is shut down, broken. Had to start a whole new stream, which is why it says number 2 on here. I didn't do much, just enjoying the weather. It's been hot. Let's see, you're in Michigan, so it's probably humid too, and you have insects the size of pterodactyls. No, you have no-see-ums. If I remember right from my time in Michigan, you have no-see-ums and a lot of horseflies. I'm back. I am back, Kenya. Thank you for coming back in. Sticking with. Very much appreciate it. I don't know what happened. Everything just kind of blew up here And I'm trying to not let it bother the painting and just continue on in a nice, calm, orderly fashion, or as best I can do that, given the circumstances. But I think it's going to be okay. I think we'll get through it. I think the straw neck here is starting to come out. Yeah, see, you can really start to see the twisting. Wow, 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 wow. I do need to extend this out a little bit. So give me some of this warmer color. As we come out of the bottom here, this color comes around a little bit. Let's see, I did it here first. So this comes around a little bit. It warms up as it comes over a little bit. I should have made this even bigger. I should have made it even bigger. Why didn't I make it even bigger? It would have been easier to paint even larger than this. But it's okay. It's okay. We're going to make it look fantastic. By the time we're done, all these beautiful colors that we're putting on here, they're kind of like coral-y colors at this point, right? Not coral-y like the book, but right? You get some of that purplish in here. You get some of that pyrrole scarlet in here, mix that with a little quinacridone rose or a little opera, and you get kind of a coral, a warm, really warm pinkish color. It looks so interesting. Come back to Michigan. No. Not gonna happen. I'll tell you what, I used to work in Muskegon, Michigan. I lived in Grand Rapids. I'll drive over to Muskegon every day. And when I was over there and living in West Michigan, and I still have relatives who live over there. My brother lives in West Michigan. I got an aunt, uncle, and a whole bunch of cousins and whatnot that live over in West Michigan. When I was there, it got cold in October. It got cold in October, and I promise you, it didn't warm up again until May. It would not warm up for anything. And that winter, it literally snowed for a month at a time. I don't think the entire month of December I saw any sun. It was snow upon snow upon snow upon dark, dreary, gray days. Oh, I cannot go back. I can't go back to that. I cannot. I will not. Not going to happen. It is not going to happen. But Bluey Mom, I almost went back this summer. I considered going back. I still have, like I said, I still have family in Michigan. I got plenty of family still in Ohio, and I really considered going back and seeing them. So I was almost there. Ooh, look, it totally looks like a curlicue now. Woo, woo, woo. Now that we got some good coloration on it, I'm liking the way it's going. I'm trying to be really happy about this. I am liking the way that this is going. I think this is going in a good direction. Are my eyes green? Nah, they're just brown. They're just brown. Not really any green in them. They're not that exciting. They're just brown. I don't get to claim any Crystal Gale because I can't make my brown eyes blue. My brown eyes are just brown. That's just kind of how it is. Oh, I forgot I was going to do some blue up here, wasn't I? Let me get a little bit of this blue. So what blues do we have up here? This looks like cerulean blue to me. I'm getting a really light amount of the cerulean blue. And I'm going to go in. I'm going to try to be very careful and go around the eye here. The flamingo has very small eyes, but I'm going to try to go around the eye here and just get some very subtle blue in there. Oh, I don't even know if you can see it. Look, check it out. Just a bit of blue in there. Maybe a little bit more. All right, sometimes I always tell everybody, don't be afraid to do a little bit more. And then I put something on that's so light like that, and you're all go, whoa, I can't even see it. Did you put any on there? So I'm going to put a little bit more blue on there. I think that's going to help just add a little bit to the face. Ooh, that looks so much better. Look at that. Looks so much better. So much better. Woohoo. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, this is a little bit wet down here. I can do a little bit more with these legs, right? These long, gangly, spindly legs here. I'm going to try to keep in our color profile. I'm going to take our opera and tone it down with a little bit of whatever this purple is. Imperial purple, that's what it is. I have to be a little bit careful because the imperial purple is a granulating color, but I can use it as though these legs are in shadow, right? I can use this on the shadow side of these legs and then put in just a highlight, a little bit of this pink right on top. I think we'll end up with an interesting leg color, if that's a thing. I think flamingos are known for interesting leg colors, right? It's one of the things that they're famous for. I don't know why I say stuff like that. It just sounds stupid. That just sounds silly. It looks like I drew his leg a little fat. I got his leg. I need to fatten his leg up a little bit here. Like the top of his leg is just a little too narrow. It's a little narrower than the bottom of his leg. I don't want that. You gotta have a leg be the same all the way down. Or almost the same all the way down. We also have to not get color into the leg that's on top. I want to make sure I get a little bit of blue in on the back side of that, right? We're going to force just a little bit of blue so we know which leg is in front. My Quiet Corner says, this is looking awesome, or this looks awesome. Thank you. I think, so, this is my humble opinion. I think I'm always going to paint this picture better than other pictures because you know why? I like painting stuff like this. I think it's kooky, it's funky, it's weird, and it's fun to paint. And because of all of those things, I'm going to enjoy it more. I'm going to do a better job with it, and I'm going to make it look more interesting. And so I think because of that, this looks better. I don't have any proof that any of that is an actual thing, but I just have the feeling that if you start painting things that you like, that make you have some kind of emotion, you're going to do such a better job with it than just a regular, normal something that's going to go on. Because we can all paint normal, everyday things, and they're fine, and they're fun, and they're whatever, but you paint something that's kooky and cool and makes you have a feeling about it, it's probably going to make other people have some kind of a feeling about it, and that makes it better. So first of all, thank you for the compliment, and that's why I think this is starting to really look nice, is because I think it's fun and I think it's interesting, and I want to do a better job painting it because it is so kooky and it is so weird and it is so interesting. And I love this paper that I can do this with. I love painting wet on dry and then blending the edges. Those nights when I come in here and I have to paint wet on wet for everything, I'm like, oh no, more wet on wet. When's it going to stop? Why am I doing that to myself? But this wet on dry stuff, oh, so much better. So much. I love wet on dry as a technique. It just suits my painting style, suits my eye so much more. So much more. And now we're getting a layer of some darker colors going in here. And this darker colors are really going to start to set things off now. Right? Look at the head. All of a sudden, we've gone from, I want to warm that up just a little bit. I'm going to warm it up. I'm just dropping in some of this vermilion into here. But you start painting things that you have an emotion about, and they start immediately. They just start to look better. I find it paint better off camera. I paint better off camera. I'm betting you mean to say I enjoy painting that way too. Yeah. And why would you not, right? Oh my God. So I'm going to see this. This is going to hang in my office, and I'm going to see it, and I'm going to giggle about this every time I look at it. And it's going to bring back such a happy memory. It's going to make me want to paint more paintings like this, or maybe not exactly like this, but in this vein, and have more fun doing it. Oh, look at the head all of a sudden, right? There's so much going on there all of a sudden. Oh, but you know what? I don't have a black. I don't have a black. This is kind of a black. What color is this? Oh, there's my Amazon remote. There you go. Blue Mom, there you go. There's my Amazon remote. So I can watch Top Gear. All right, that's black. That is most definitely black. Okay. So I have a black. I was worried that I didn't have a black and I wouldn't be able to paint some of the black lines on here. But now knowing that I have one, we can do this. I didn't even realize my remote was on my table. And there's a hair right there. And it's not mine. Mine are longer than that one was. Shoo. Believe it or not, this is more stressful to me, this little bit right here, than most of the rest of this painting. Doing that little bit and trying to be super precise with that that paintbrush. Oh, it just causes me all kinds of stress. Oh, Edie made it back. Welcome back, Edie. Thank you for finding me. I'm sorry about the internet troubles. I couldn't do too much about it, but it makes me upset, and I'm sorry that everybody got booted off that way. Let's see, what do I need to do now? I got some blue up here. We got some pink up here. I'm liking the beak here, or the bill. Is it a beak or a bill? It's got to be a bill. It's a water. No, it's not a water bird. It's a bird that happens to go into the water. So that's a beak. Oh, man, I don't know. All right, all of a sudden, I'm not so sure about what I'm doing here. I think it's a beak. Could be a bill. Not entirely positive. What I am positive about is there's a little tuft of, I was going to say a tuft of hair here. Right, there's like a little feather here, a little bit of his body. It goes over where that leg is, and then I want to just make sure we denote the difference between this part of the body and where that leg comes in. But I don't want to leave a hard line, so I'm going to do my favorite thing in the world, which is to really blend and pull these colors out. Oh, I really love a good blended color. Just a variegated edge. Oh, love it, love it, love it. CJ says looking good. He says gorgeous. And also, hi, CJ. Hello. Oh, I got some right here. I need to drop down another brush size. Do I have a smaller brush size here? I think I do. I do. Look. This is a size 2. Very small. All right, let's get into my black here. And oh boy. There's some dark areas underneath some of these feathers. This might not be the exact right time to do this, and that's okay. The right time is whenever it seems like the right time to do it. If it's not the right time, we'll fix it. We'll figure it out in a little bit. But I want to make sure we get at least some of this color in here. Let's see. Well, that's a feather. There's a feather. So I'm just doing some negative painting around a couple of these feathers. I'm actually just defining the feathers. I'm looking at it and just going, oh, there probably ought to be a feather right there. Oh, there probably ought to be a feather right there. And just putting it in. And like I said, if it's right, cool. If it's not quite right, that's cool too. Because whatever we paint here is going to be the right thing. Hoo-hoo. There we go. Got that nice little black patch in there. And not all flamingos have that black in there, but I like having an extra little color in there to offset things a little bit. I think it helps quite a bit. And now I want to do this. As we're getting close to the end of this, when we're getting closer anyways, we're going to do something down here where the bird is standing in the water. I'm going to do one of the things that I really like to do, which is, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. One of the things I really like to do is to put a dark color, like a full bleed full of color right on the edge of something. Right, and as we go around and we get more orange over here, this color is going to get a little bit more orange. And then I want to make sure I got all the color off of my brush. Then I want to pull a lot of this right in and blend it all in. And I think it's going to make a cool look. It should. It should give it a cool vibe to it. I've done it before. I thought it turned out pretty cool in the past. It does mean we're probably going to have to adjust our colors in a couple of other spots, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, right? A couple of colors down here that might need a bit of adjustment. Oh, I think it's going to turn out nice, actually. It always seems funny to say, oh, I think this one's going to turn out nice. Like I started the whole process and went, oh, this isn't going to turn out terrible. Why would I ever do that? Oh, no, it's going to turn out nice. Oh, I'm glad I figured that out. I just remembered. It's supposed to turn out and look nice. Oh, okay. Good job, Michael. Good job for remembering that nice part when you're doing the painting. That always helps out. A flamingo's color comes from the food it eats. Okay, cool. Now we have flamingo trivia. Which its body converts to pigment, that color, skin, and feathers. Okay, cool. So they eat like tiny shellfish or something like that, right? I heard that. I think I heard they eat little shellfish, and that's kind of what gives them the crazy color. Is that right? Can we do a little deeper digging? A little deeper dive to figure this out for certain? Ooh, it's a little bit on the neck here. Let's help set that off. I know you're going, well, if you're just going to put the color on that dark, why don't you just do that in step 1 and be done with it? Well, the answer is because if I wanted this color to be this dark after step 1, I don't know if I could have done it. The paint would have had to have been really thick, and it would have caked. Ooh, I just put my hand right in the wet paint. I could feel it. The paint would have been so thick, it would have gone on, it would have caked a bit. It wouldn't have looked right. And we're really, we are hitting this in a much better way by putting it on in a few lighter coats and then coming back with a heavier coat at the end. That's right. Okay, cool. Did I play sports in high school? I did. I played everything I could get into in high school. Having said that, my high school was tiny, and so there wasn't a whole lot to do in my high school. I was a runner primarily. I did track and cross country and winter track, but I also did basketball. I'm trying to think, did we have any other sports? We didn't even have a football team. My school was tiny. So there weren't a lot of opportunities for sports, but I played, I'll tell you my whole sports history here. It's almost exciting. It is I'm telling you, it is very nearly close to exciting. Oh, my right corner, Carol is going. Good night, Carol. Thank you for stopping by. Sincerely, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for jumping in. Made me feel better to see a few people here after having maybe not the most successful first hour of this. So thank you, very much appreciated. Hopefully you'll come back and see us next week. Would love to see you here. Thank you for contributing and helping to make my evening enjoyable, the end to my evening enjoyable. So thank you very much. Like I said, I hope we get to see you here next week. That would be awesome if you're able to make it back. But thank you and have a wonderful night yourself. Yeah, we didn't have a football team, so I couldn't have played football. I don't know if I would have been allowed to play football. My mother was a little overprotective, and my brother, we had a football team, a community football team for a very short amount of time. My brother played football and immediately broke his shoulder, broke his arm right about here, and was out of action for, I don't know how long it takes to repair your humerus. Yeah, humerus. And it seemed like it was half of forever. And as a result, my mother was like, you are not playing sports. I don't care how much you want to or not. Or you're not playing contact sports. And so that was never in the cards for me. Let's see. I'm trying to come up with a good thing here, but it was okay because at my school, if you were an athlete, you were probably on the track or cross country team. We went to state a couple of times. We were quite good at all of the running sports. On my team, I was not anything overly special other than the fact that I did everything, but I could run a mile in under 5 minutes, which is something probably not everybody can say. And I played on the varsity basketball team as a freshman. I don't know. That's probably more than you wanted to know. I do not, Edie, I do not have flamingos on my front lawn. But thankfully, there's a neighbor 2 streets down who literally has, I'm going to say 40 flamingos in their on their front lawn. I'm not making that number up. It's a lot. There are pink ones, there are blue ones, there are black ones, there are ones that have happy faces, there are ones that have mean, angry faces. There are a lot of them. A lot of them. I'm just trying to, give some indication of something going on for this flamingo. And I'm going to put a little reflection in here, coming down that way, just so you see there's where his leg should be. I don't want him to not be in some water somewhere, right? I think he needs to be in there somewhere, or to have something holding him in place. But I don't want to do a whole background and everything like that, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Don't hold it against me. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. They don't have a lawn, so this place doesn't have a lawn. They have a rock yard, and the road comes to kind of a point, like a triangle area, like a 30 degrees on both ends. And so it's probably 15 yards going that way, and it's filled with flamingos. And then all along one other side of their house, it's all filled with flamingos. It's a plethora of flamingos. It's a lot. It is a lot of flamingos. So I don't really know if it's 40. It might be less than 40, but it's a large number of flamingos, flamingi. What's the word? What's the plural? Does anybody know? It's probably just flamingos. It's a large number of them. And they've been there for years. They've been there for years. Yeah, I didn't realize you could even get flamingos with angry faces. They have like big teeth that stick out. And I was walking past. I do a lot of walking around here. It's quite lovely, right? I can walk. It's about a half a mile, and I can walk to the Pacific Ocean or to the bay, right? It's about 2 miles to get to the actual Pacific, but it's not far away, and I can just go and walk past there. And walked past one day, and I was like, what? Wait, hold on a minute. They all have different faces on them, and not all of them are nice. So that was an interesting thing to see one day. Whoa, hang on a second. But yes, 40 flamingos. I'll bet you it's 40 flamingos. It's a lot of flamingos. It is a lot of flamingos. I'm just trying to do a little bit to clean up this leg here. I think we're getting there. We're in a good place for some of these. Let's get him some toenails there, right? Hanging out there. And we might want to do a little bit more on his beak up here. Darken this up just a little bit more. It's a little light in color. I don't know that I want it quite that light. Yeah, something like that. Go on, color, get out of there. There you go. What do you guys think about that? That's not so bad. That's not so bad. I think I'm going to add a little bit of extra color right here, though. A little bit of extra color. This looks like it's a little colder color right there. So let me get a little bit of that magenta. I'll just add a little bit of extra color right there. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. A flamboyance of flamingos. So the only grouping of things that I know of is a group of crows. I know is called a murder of crows. And I know that because I know that because I want to buy a t-shirt that says attempted murder on it, and it's got 2 crows, which I think is hysterical. Attempted murder, it's 2 crows. I think it's absolutely hysterical. But that's just me. A flamboyance of a flamboyance of crows. That's fantastic. All right, I'm going to bring this warmer color down just a little bit here, just into the center. I don't want to completely get rid of the beautiful lighter areas we have here, but I want to introduce a little bit more color into some of this. And this is completely just me thinking, oh, I want to have a little bit more color here or a little bit more color there. Not that it necessarily needs anything anywhere in here. It's just me looking at it going, yeah, let's do this. Oh, wait a minute. Kay Hazard is here. Oh, it is Kay Hazard that said it's a... Oh, see, I wasn't even looking up there. Edie, I thought that was you that said that. About a group of flamingos. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. Now you all don't know, but you're about to. I told you I worked with a federal agent. Was that who he was being tonight? I also work with Kay Hazard there. Works with me. Thank you for showing up and supporting me. Very much appreciate that. Kay Hazard's a fantastic guy. So is Mr. Federal Agent. There you go. I like that a little bit better. It's got a little bit more color in there. I don't know, maybe to get a little bit more sun or something, but I like the lighter and I like the light and the dark, and it's got the dark in here. See, if I'm going to sit here, I'm going to fiddle with this all night. This is just what I'm going to do. I want this to be a little darker in here. I want my darks to be dark. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back in and I'm going to get some of this black in here too. This black needs to be darker. Maybe that's what I'm missing. I like when the darks get to be dark, right? You don't have light in your painting until you have dark in your painting. So we need a little bit darker things here. Kay Hazard, I wasn't even paying attention. He snuck up on me there. But thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate that. All right, so we're closing in on the end of this one. We're getting there. I'm going to drop down a little brush size here. So I asked Blue Mom earlier. We had a quick conversation before the stream started, which was fantastic. And I'm going to ask you all, is there anything you guys want to see me paint next week? This is not saying I'm going to paint whatever you guys want, because I'm not always going to do that. But I'm curious if you do have something you might like to see. I like a challenge, and so I might pick it up. And I'm going to look into doing that giveaway. I got to figure out how to do it. I think I know how to do it. I did a little bit of research. Oh, it looks better with that being a little bit darker. Can you guys see that is? I hope you guys can see that this looks like it goes around in circles. I really hope you guys can see that. Does it look like it goes around in circles to you guys? It does to me. But it doesn't always look the same here as it does on the screen. So that's why I ask sometimes how it comes across, because I want it to be really nice. I want it to look great. I want when somebody sees this to look at it and immediately know, maybe they don't know, curly straw or something like that, but they immediately get the picture that, oh, this is a neck that curls around and curls around and curls around. There shouldn't have to be much of any explanation for that. There really shouldn't be. Kenya says it looks great. Thank you, Kenya. Thank you. That gave it a little, that gave it a little bit of a deeper line in there. Yeah, like it's twisting in there, right? It's exactly what we're going for. Exactly what we're going for. Give me some of this dark on this side. On this side, that can extend way back here. Way back like that. It looks like a spiral neck. It looks like a spring. Okay, I would take a spring. I'd totally take a spring. I think a spring is just as good as a silly straw. The reference photo there has lines painted on it so you can tell that it's a straw, but I'm like, I don't know that I want the lines on there. Oh, that might be even better. Look, that might be even better. It's that long wow, wow, wow. I got another one to do up here. This gets dark. Yeah, I can't be afraid. I can't be afraid to put some darks on. The darks help your lights look lighter. It's so much better. So much better. And the only thing I have to, whoa, I dropped my paintbrush. The only thing I have to do is make sure the practical joker of the flamboyance. The only thing I have to do is make sure that whatever dark I'm using stays within my color profile. So I don't have, like at this point, I couldn't throw in some ultramarine blue. Because ultramarine blue in here would stick out like a sore thumb. It would be such an odd color to have in here because I don't have it in here anywhere else. And yes, I know I'm doing it upside down. You all know I have to do half of everything upside down. There we go. Oh, good. It totally looks like it's curling around there. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. I am loving it. Loving it. What I do want to do is I want to get a little bit of color down here now, right down here. I'm trying to think where I can go with darks and lights and darks and lights. Darks and lights and darks and lights. That's all I think about when I'm painting. Well, it's not all I think about, but it's a lot of what I think about. Where are the darks going to go? Where are the lights going to go? Where can I steal some light? Or where can I put in an extra dark to me? It looks like a straw. Okay, I'll totally take a straw. I'll take a spring too. I think either one is going to make for an interesting, funny painting. So I'm good with either one. There's his eye. The eye's really tiny. There's not much to it. Normally I would paint some black around the eye, but look, I think I'm just going to leave it just like that. It's not much more to it. We don't need much more to it. And that's such a small spot up there anyways that I think if we did too much to it, I think if we did too much to it, it would probably ruin it as I'm going back in and I'm doing more to it. Right at the moment, I realize I probably shouldn't be doing this. I should probably just let it be. It's fine, Michael. It's fine. It's fine. There's no need to, I got a water drop right here on this. There's no need to do any more. It's okay. It's okay if I let it be. And yet my brush finds its way right back to the painting. Okay, I want to just give a little extra something, a little something going on up there. It doesn't need to be much. In fact, it's not much. It's very little, but something up here that's going to just give some more. Yeah, it's not much more than texture, really, is what it is. But the indication that there's something going on here up on this beak, on this bill. K Hazard, is this a beak or a bill? Mr. Group of Flamingos. All right. And I think it doesn't matter because I am going to sign this. I'm going to move it up so you all can actually see it. Whose turn was it to remind me to make sure that the picture is in frame the entire time? I don't remember who I assigned that to. Probably assigned it to myself. But that's what we have tonight. I actually like it. I think it's cool. I think, where's my pointer brush? Whoops, let's use this one. I like the head. I've painted a few flamingos before. I like the blue to the pink to the black. This is it's a smaller painting. It's a small area, so we can't do too much. But it's got that nice divider up there. It's a beak. Okay, cool. So it's not a water bird. It's a land bird that spends some time in water. Cool. Got it. Got some nice shading on the head. The head looks like it has some dimension to it, right? That's the most important thing, is to make sure the head looks like it's got some dimension instead of just being a flat surface. Same thing down here, right? That's part of what this dark is and this dark is down around here, is to give this bird some fluff or some dimension, right? I put the dark in here and the dark down here, and it puts a layer, let's see, there's a top layer and a layer behind that, and a layer behind that, and a layer behind that. So we've got a number of layers here which give some body, some depth to this bird, right? And then we got this crazy neck that goes up like this, and having that dark in there, I actually think having that dark in there, that dark, is necessary, because you can now it forces your brain to go, holy crap, that's a big bend in there. There's definitely a bend in there. It makes it look great. I think it looks fantastic. And then just some water down here that he's kind of standing in. Maybe I made a little ripple or something like that. So that's what I've got for you guys this evening. I apologize for the blip in the middle. For the life of me, I'm never going to find out why after an hour into every stream my computer starts to go a little cuckoo bonkers. But thank you all for hanging with me, who's ever here. Edie, K Hazards, My Quiet Corner, Blue Mom, Kenya, thank you for hanging with me. I don't know if anybody's hanging with me over on Twitch at this point. One person over on Twitch, whoever you are on Twitch, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate that. If you think of one to do for next week, put it down below. in the write-up or in the comments down below the write-up down there. I'll take it into consideration. YouTube's going to send me something that goes, hey, you got a comment. Other than that, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your evening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and a weekend. I hope you're able to join me back here next week when we do something. Again, I'm just going to say something because who knows what it's going to be. It could be another alien, could be another mashup, could be something else. Until then, oh, JC was here too. I'm sorry, JC. I forgot all about you. I didn't mean to forget. Until then, thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.